Hello and welcome to my video all about how to knit 1x1 broken rib stitch. This is a very easy 2-row pattern repeat and the result is a nice stretchy pattern. The difference between this and regular ribbing is that with regular ribbing you alternate between knit and purl stitches on every row. However, for broken rib you're only doing that on one of the rows. The result of this is that broken rib will not be reversible and it's also not as stretchy as regular ribbing. Right, so the first thing you need to do is cast on an even number of stitches. I've cast on 16 using the long tail cast on, but you could use your favourite method. For row 1, which represents the right side or the front of the knitting, you just need to repeat knit 1, purl 1 across the row. So that's knit 1 stitch, bring the working yarn between the needles to the front and purl 1, and repeat. So that's knit 1 with the yarn at the back and purl 1 with the yarn at the front. And just repeat that across the row. So that's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and so on. The most difficult part of this row is simply to remember that the working yarn needs to be at the back for a knit stitch and at the front for a purl stitch. You'll finish with a purl stitch. Then row 2 is just a knit row, so you just do knit stitches all the way across. Just as a side note, I want to say that you might see the broken rib pattern with a purl row rather than a knit row. And I've tested both, but it doesn't affect the appearance. So whether you use a purl row or a knit row, it's up to you. And that's it, that's the 2-row pattern repeat. Here you can see the result after I've knit those 2 rows a few more times. What you can see here is the wrong side or the back of the broken rib, and you can see that it has an even, bumpy texture. In fact, it's the same texture as the sand stitch. Whereas the right side or the front of the knitting is where you'll see the broken rib pattern, and you can tell it's rib because of the vertical stripes. In between those stripes you'll see a kind of seed stitch effect that's created by alternating knits and purls. So even though both sides of this pattern are different, it's actually quite reversible because both sides are usable. This pattern is asymmetrical because we started with a knit stitch and ended with a purl stitch. However, if you want to knit this pattern symmetrically instead, then just follow these instructions. And if you want to knit this pattern in the round, then you would in fact use the exact same pattern as I demonstrated in this video, except the rows would be rounds. And finally, if you want to learn how to do the reversible version of this broken rib pattern, please see my next video. And that's it, that's how you knit the 1x1 broken rib. I really hope you found that useful and thank you very much for watching.